everyone, welcome to our Crazy Craft Scotland. It's Fiona here, and today I am going to personalise one of my dog's running jackets using vinyl in my Cricut. And I just thought I would show you how I'm going to do it. Now, I have already done it for Clyde and Willa, and then Molly's jacket came through, so I was just about to do it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to show everybody how I do it, because I think I did show pictures of the completed ones for Clyde and Willa, because I wasn't very happy with Clyde's one, and I think it was because I was using my iron. But now that I've got the easy press, I'm hoping that it's going to work a lot better. So I thought I would give it a go today. So what I'm going to do, I've got Design Space set up here, and that is the fonts that I used for Clyde and Willa. I'm going to use a different font for Molly, but I'm not sure which. I'm going to just hide these ones just now so that I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go over here and press the little I button, and that will hide the Clyde one. And then I'll go over here and hit that one, and that will hide the Willa one. So now I've got a blank canvas, but I wanted to do it in this project so that all of the names are kept together. So I'm going to go down to text, get a text box up, and I'm going to type Molly because that's her name. So that would be a good thing to type. Oh, Design Space is so slow just now. Is anybody else finding that? Look, I've typed it and it's thinking about it. Oh, there we go. Right, and I'm going to just go through a few of the different fonts to see which font I would like. Now, I think Clyde's one was a bit too thin, a bit too fine, and that's why I had problems with it. So I want something that's a bit bolder, and my line type up here is on cut, which is what I want because I want it to cut it out of vinyl. So I'm going to go to the font, and then I'm going to go over to the filter so that it only shows me ones that will cut in a single layer, because that's what I'm looking for. And then I will start at the very beginning because it's a very good place to start. Right, so I'm going to have a look at them, and I will speed this process up for you so that you're not totally bored, and I will come back to you properly once I've decided what font I'm going to use. So I quite like this font. It's the Linotype No-Tech Pro Regular. So what I want to do though is change the spacing because the letters are way too far apart for me. So I make them bigger, and then I'm going to go up here and ungroup it. And that means that I can then move every letter individually. Looks a bit better. So what I'm going to do now is group them all together again. So I'll go back up here to group, and I'm going to go down to the bottom and weld, and that way it will weld it all together rather than cutting them out as separate letters. I think I am still just learning, so bear with me. What I need to do now is measure how big I want it to be. So over to the jacket, and with Clyde and Willa's I actually put it up on the collar, but I don't know if because of this seam that was maybe one of the reasons I wasn't so happy with the result. So with this one I'm going to try and put it on the bottom, put it just down here. So I've got my trusty measuring tape here. My canvas just now is in inches, but I like to measure in centimetres, so I can change that in a second. So I reckon I don't want it too big, I don't want it too small, so possibly I think maybe about 10 centimetres should do it, and that way it's going to be visible but it's not going to be huge. So let's go back to Design Space and change the size. So I'm just going to select the word, and I'm going to go up to the size. Oh wait, now actually I said I was going to change it from inches to centimetres. So basically to do that, if you just click on the 3 lines up there, go to settings and then change from imperial to metric, come out, and that's us in centimetres again. So I want to go to the width and I want to change it to 10 centimetres. Right, so if it's 10 centimetres, that's making it 4.94, so almost 5 centimetres high, which is going to be too big for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock it, which means that it won't stay in proportion, so I can move it smaller as well as bigger. Probably 2.5 centimetres tall, roughly, would be right. So what I'm going to do is make it 10 centimetres and 2.5 centimetres. So that makes it like that. Yeah, I think that looks about right. I don't think the writing changes too much for taking the perspective off. Sorry if you can hear that, that's one of the dogs chasing. In fact, it's Molly chasing her tail. Save the energy for running, wee Molly. That should be me ready to make it. So let's click on make it. Let's make sure that it looks the way that I want it to, and it does. But what we need to remember is it's iron-on vinyl, so we need to mirror it. Because if we don't mirror it, it will be backwards once we put it on. We want it backwards when we cut it, so it's the right way when we put it on. Right, that looks about right. So I'm now going to get my mat and my vinyl. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I have got my very messy mat here, and yes, it should be the green mat when you're using vinyl, I think, but I don't have one, so I'm just going with it. So I'm going to use this bit of heat transfer vinyl. Now we put it on shiny side down. So there's the shiny side, I'm putting that to my mat. Going to use my technical terms again. I'm going to squish it down. Right, I'm going to take it over to the Cricut now. Right, I've made sure that my setting is at custom. And on my computer, I'm going to set it to heat transfer vinyl. There we go. So I've got it set as a favourite, so I'm going to my everyday iron on, and it says make sure mirror is turned on, which it is, and iron on material is shiny side down, which it is, so it does always remind you. And the pressure's default, I like to put it to more just to be on the safe side. Right, so load, that's it loaded, go. Unload it, and it looks like it has cut okay, but you can't really see it in the camera. Right, make sure it's all nice and stuck, and so I'm not wasting vinyl, I'm going to just take my wee finger knife and cut off the excess, like so. Safety first, put your blade away, Fiona. Right, now the bit I always hold my breath at, weeding. Here's hoping. Now because my mat isn't very sticky at the moment, it's quite difficult. Just need to make sure that I've got all the little bits taken out. Right, so that is us ready to iron on. I need to now find out what heat settings to put it on. So I'm going to go to internet. I don't know if there's an actual app for this. I've not found it. I can't see it anywhere in the Cricut design space. If anybody knows, let me know. But into Mr. Google. Right, Mr. Google, what's the heat settings for Cricut? The Cricut heat guide. Right, I'm using the Easy Press 2, which is good. It's already set. The heat transfer material, just an everyday iron on. My base material, I've checked the label and it's 100% polyester. And I'm using the Cricut Easy Press mat. And it should tell us, so it's 315 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds with light pressure. Okay, so switch it on. It's already at 315. So I'll just leave that until it heats up. When it's ready, it will beep and the little Cricut light will go green. So that is the Easy Press mat that I got for doing my vinyl transfers. You buy that separate. So I'll get my little dog jacket and put it on. Right, so that is the dog jacket ready to go once the Easy Press heats up. And they always say to put the Easy Press on it for 5 seconds first to take out any creases and any moisture before you actually go ahead with the application of your vinyl. So we are almost there. I have got my vinyl here, which as you can see is going to go down the right way around. Right, so it has beeped, it's telling me it's ready. So I'll put it down for 5 seconds. Right, now I usually sort of fold this in half so that I get an idea of where the centre point is. Right, so I can see my centre point and I can still see the crease in the jacket. So the centre point is about there. Is it straight? This is a bit I'm not very good at, is lining it up straight. Not that it really matters too much on this. I think that looks relatively straight. Do I want it down a wee bit? Yeah, I think there should be fine. So popping the Easy Press down. Press go and the countdown starts. I'm just putting light pressure on it. Right. And then it says to flip it over and do it for press it for 15 seconds. So apparently you should never miss the flipping stage. However, I always worry that it's going to move slightly and then get all smudgy. But here's hoping it doesn't. So I'm going to press this again, and then when it gets to 15, I'll take it off because it's only 15 seconds on the reverse side. But it does say never to skip this step. Right, that's the 15 seconds. And this vinyl is a cool peel, so you need to let it cool down a little bit before you try to peel it off. So I'll come back to you once it's cool. Right, here we go. Here's hoping. Right. It's not wanting to stick down, so I'm going to have to repeat the process again. Right, so I just repeated the whole process again, and here's hoping it has worked this time. It looks like it is starting to come off already. Oh, it's looking better. It's looking better. Yay, there we go. Looking at it, I think it maybe is slightly squint, but hey ho, we live and learn. But yeah, I like it. What do you think? Molly! It's not quite centred either, but the crease mustn't have been right in the centre. Never mind. Never mind. That's how we learn. So that is how you personalise a dog jacket from start to finish using the Cricut and heat transfer vinyl. From designing what I want to put on it, to cutting it out, to actually applying it onto the garment. So when I first saw this, because it is the waterproof shiny material, I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't be able to use the heat transfer vinyl, but it has gone on perfectly. It's really worked well. Okay, it did take 2 attempts, but it was the same vinyl. I didn't cut the vinyl or anything again. I left it in place and just reapplied the heat. I did the 30 seconds on the front and 15 seconds on the back again. And there we go. So a personalised dog jacket. So Molly will be happy with that. She'll get out running in the rain again and not be cold and wet. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this. If so, please hit the thumbs up button. If you've got any hints or tips for me, because like I say, I am new at this, please let me know in the comments below, and just talk to me in the comments below anyway, because I like chatting with you. And I will see you in our next video. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.